Hey everyone, Zoe here. So for today's video on Surviving Mistakes, I really want to do a nice, easy and cathartic video. Because my last few uploads to the channel have been really time intensive when it comes to editing them or filming them, or financially draining with buying whole camouflage outfits and things like that. So for today's video, I'm inspired by Creek Stewart. Creek Stewart is the guy behind Fat Guys in the Woods, a Pocket Box, the subscription service, and also SOS How to Survive on the Weather Channel. And a few years ago he did an article called 6 baseball bat weapon modifications specifically for killing zombies. I'll put a link to the original article in the video description. And I was reading through it, and there's 6 different versions of baseball bats. There's Tina covered in concertina wire, there's the Shard covered in different colours of broken glass rolled in adhesive, and there's one that really stuck out to me called the Flail. And I saw it and thought, I really like that one. I want it. So I made it. And this is it. This is my version of Creek Stewart's The Flail. I made it myself. I took a regular wooden baseball bat, cut 6 inches off the head and attached both ends together with some heavy duty eye bolts and a short length of welded chain. And then for the swivel or flail head, all I did was drill some holes and put some archery inserts inside. Have you ever seen a modern target arrow? Basically it's a screw fitting, and if the head comes damaged or dulled or stuck in something, you can unscrew it and add a new one later. And that's what these spikes are made out of. We've got 4 on each side, we've got 3 on the end, and that makes mine an almost identical replica to Creek Stewart's. We use a slightly different paracord lashing technique. He used a spiral wrap, I've used a whiplash, and just to make my flail one bit better than his, I added an extra insert into the base of the handle to add a spike and just have extra effect with. And the thing I liked most about it is I measured it absolutely perfectly so that as long as my hands aren't off the paracord, there is no physical way I can get hit by it. That was perfectly fine until I added the 3 spikes at the end, which then took my margin of safety away slightly. Should I put it against my white shirt? There we go. Now I can actually get hit even if my hands are on the paracord just by these ending spikes. So, bit of an error on my part. So to test how effective this baseball bat derived flail is, I'm going to be using watermelons as my target. Now I wish I could afford ballistic gel torsos or human skull analogues, but I can't, not with my subscription numbers and viewing figures being what they are. So watermelons is going to be our stand-in. Maybe if we get better figures I can look into redoing this again with the Stranger Things baseball bat I've already made and the Lucille Walking Dead replica that I've also made. But until then, this horrible green watermelon is going to be a deadly, scary zombie coming to chew my face off. And the only thing I've got to defend myself with is that flail. Let's go see how effective it is. Now, I shouldn't have to put too much energy into this to get quite a lot of energy out of it. Because of that pivot point, it's already going to produce G-force and centrifugal force. So I should only have to put a little bit of energy to get quite a lot of energy out. And just to cover it, because I know someone will mention it in the comments, this is a spiked flail. It is not a mace, because it is not one solid piece, and it is also not a morning star. There are lots of videos on this on YouTube for people much more educated than me, but the examples of morning stars we have lots of artwork of them, but the actual physical examples in museums we have may not actually be genuine. So there's some debate whether that weapon ever actually existed. But we're not talking about maces, we're not talking about morning stars, we're talking about a spiked flail made from a baseball bat, and we're going to see how effective it is on our zombie. Now unfortunately this is the highest tree stump I can find around here. I would like one 6 feet tall so I can really test what it's like against a human sized targets, but we're going to probably have to do with, what, 4 foot? So for my first strike all I'm going to do is go straight over the top and let gravity do the work for me. I've got my gloves on, I've got my sunglasses on, so hopefully I should be protected from the evil zombie blood / melon juice. Let's give it a go. So, for my first strike, all I'm going to do is I'm going to come up, go double-handed, let gravity do the work for me. I'm going to have to step out of the way of the swivel as it comes back, but hopefully the gravity will take out this zombie's head. So, get my distance right, bring it up, bring it down. And that's what we've done with one hit to this watermelon. As you can see, dripping nicely. So, again, and again. Nice. So that was really good fun. As you can see, my flail head or swivel has held up nicely. None of the heads have fallen out or loosened. The only damage that's occurred is a small chip to the handle where one of the spikes has obviously hit it during a rebound. But otherwise, it's holding up nicely. Now for my next strike, I really want to make use of this centrifugal force, and I want to see what that does when it comes to our second watermelon victim. One more. So, my second horizontal strike broke my connection point. Obviously too much force in both cases were exerted on, these are just keychains. But, thankfully, I bought some spares. Gonna go find the head and see what happened to that. So there's my head, it's perfectly fine. The only thing that damaged was the keychain connecting it. I've got a bit of spare along with some chain and another keychain, and while we've got it as this very long spiked flail, let's try the one flexible weapon technique I actually know on what's left of our remaining watermelon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing clockwise circles. I'm going to stop the momentum with my foot. Now I'm going to use that to launch it into a strong counterclockwise overhead into what remains of our melon. Try that again. So, I hope you liked this video on my baseball bat derived spiked flail for taking out watermelon zombies. Now, it's not the most practical weapon in the world, but it was a lot of fun. Just to look at someone else's 4 pictures and go, I want one of those for myself, so let's make it. So, if you liked the video, please consider liking it on YouTube, lets you know I'm doing a good job. If you really liked it, please consider subscribing to the channel. And I'm doing about 1 video per month at the minute, and I'm trying to keep to that schedule. If you want to see what I'm up to in between videos and chat to any of the other followers of the channel, then I'm active on all sorts of social media. We've got a page on Facebook called Survival Mistakes. I'm active on Twitter as @ZoeSurvival. I'm on Instagram, and I've also set up a subreddit over on Reddit. So if you want these survival mistakes fixed, we're on most social media platforms. And as ever, there's only one way I can end a video. And that's for me to say to you, get out there and do the impossible every day. Thank you. So, the inspiration for this video came from an article that Creek Stewart wrote. Creek Stewart, fly on my eye. Well, there we go. Go away. Now, I don't think it's the most practical weapon in the world, as we've already seen. There's so many flies trying to get in my face and doing my outtake. Go away. Shoot. And as ever, there's only one way I can end the video, and that's for me to say to you, get out there and do the impossible every day. What an outtake.